KFYO, 9 minutes after the hour. This is Lubbock's First News. Welcome to the weekend. It is Friday. Better to give than to receive. There is a promotion that Goodwill is implementing. It's called Give It Away with the help of our good friend Kristian Bush, part of the vocal duo Sugarland.
That's right. Welcome to the show.
It's good to be here. How are y'all doing?
Great.
Good. Where are you calling from today?
I'm actually in Nashville. Go figure that for a country artist, right?
Right.
Though, strangely, I live in Atlanta.
Oh, really?
But right now I'm up here doing some work and calling you.
Well, good. What's going on with your career right now?
Well, there's a lot of real interesting things happening to me. My band Sugarland, Jennifer and I have been traveling around for almost 10 years now, making music, and we've had one of those kind of Wheaties box dreams of people suddenly liked our music and they all started to come out to see us and buy our records. And the first time in almost 10 years, we've stopped touring. And mainly it's Jennifer went on maternity leave. She's had her first baby and things like that. And in that space, I kept writing music, and I have now a second career on top of the band as a solo artist because no one had really ever heard me sing.
Right.
So my first single off of this new album was called Trailer Hitch, and it's kind of the old colloquialism or southernism. I've never seen a hearse with a trailer hitch. Which is kind of funny, and it's kind of true. You cannot take it with you when you go, people.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was great raw material for a country song because I like my country songs to make me laugh and think. So in that, it has become a top 20 hit.
Isn't that great?
It's so awesome, but it's completely humbling and unexpected because, to really all intents and purposes, you might recognize my face from the band if you're a fan, but you probably wouldn't recognize my voice on the radio. And so in a lot of ways, I've started over, and this song has attached to so many fans because of its message, this message of you can't take it with you. The character in the song buys his buddy a drink, and then he buys the whole town a drink, and then he gives away all of his baseball cards, and it feels so good, he gives away his own car. It's the experience of giving and how good it feels. So I decided that a great partnership, a great answer to this question that I've asked in this suddenly popular hit song, I asked the question, why do we have so much stuff in our lives? We just keep collecting it. And Goodwill provides the answer. If you don't know what Goodwill is, most people do, or at least have heard the name. But I discovered some amazing things about this organization once we started working together.
Right. There are really, it's more than just cleaning out your closet and bringing your stuff to Goodwill. Tell us a little bit about what Goodwill actually does for people.
Well, it's kind of surprising, or at least it was surprising for me. I had considered Goodwill as a thrift store, and then there were a lot of them. And then as I started to work with them, they were like, well, let me show you what's really going on, Kristian. And I said, okay. And they showed me that, the things that you bring, your used goods, your used housewares, as you bring them into the store, they clean them up, and then they put them out there for sale into your own community, right? So then other people come in and buy those clothes or those things, those microwaves, things like that. And then that money stays there in your community, and it goes into programs that train people to get jobs all over the place, in hospitals and in restaurants, and in it is a motto that they have that donate stuff, create jobs. And I just had no idea that they were putting so many people to work.
Yeah, no.
I just didn't know.
Yeah,
right.
Kristian,
I don't think people really understand that. This year, 86,202 people went back to work thanks to Goodwill.
Yeah, let me tell you something that they have going on here in Lubbock that I'm aware of as far as training programs. And these are for people that are looking for jobs and need training. They go in and they teach them computer skills, Word, spreadsheet, all these other things. And, there's an accountability program there, too. There are certain things you have to do to participate.
Right.
So it's just not, a freebie giveaway. In addition to that, you may or may not know this, but we actually have a recycling center here. And they'll take TVs, old computer towers, and stuff like that. They disassemble them and sort the parts and sell the parts for recycling.
That's so good.
And I mean, we're not talking about a handful of computers here. I actually went in and toured the facility several months ago when I was taking some stuff over there, and they also shred documents and things like that. Mm-hmm. But the thing is they pick these computer parts and stuff up in huge crates with forklifts. I mean, this is an operation. It's not it's not what's left over from, the weekend garage sales anymore.
Right. And also they offer support services like childcare, financial education, youth mentoring programs, and transportation too.
Yeah, it's the things you need not to get a job, but to turn that job into a career.
Right.
And when I started to get my head around what was going on, I was a little shocked. It sounded like something I would read in Wired magazine or something, like like some new idea that where you take all of the resources of your community and you translate them into money and then spend them on your community.
What a great idea,
Who
right?
knew?
Right? Who knew? And so it's been a very natural partnership, and I'm very kind of emotionally invested in what happens here, that people need to know what Goodwill is doing. And not only that, much like you might have driven past Goodwill and you've seen it over and over again, and now that we talk about it, hopefully you'll see it more often on your commute or your travel during your day. But just like that, it's just a story you never knew. Just like me, I've won Grammys, and you've seen me for 10 years, but you had no idea I could sing.
Kristian finally got his head out.
Yeah, well,
congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very proud and very happy. But at the same time, I know what it feels like to be working every day and never giving up and putting your head down and going through hard times and trying to make great things out of it. And Goodwill does that for people.
Yeah, it certainly does. Hey, Kristian, what's the proper title of your new single?
The next single is called Light Me Up, but the current one we're talking about is called Trailer Hitch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, man.
And it's from the album Southern Gravity, and it came out like 4 weeks ago.
Nice. Hey, man.
When is your next one out?
The next single comes out in a couple of weeks.
Okay, cool. Now,
you guys going to Light Me Up?
And then are you guys getting back together after maternity leave's over for her, or what are your plans for Sugarland?
Oh, it's the question of the year.
You're not going to say?
No, I get that. I see what you're talking about. No, the band is still together. Absolutely. Yeah. And but we're just taking this time. I know Jennifer wanted to take time to kind of explore being a mom, and
right.
And this is not. I've had a record deal since I was about 20 years old, right out of college. It was my biggest dream in the world was to do this, and Jennifer's been doing this on a major label with me in Sugarland for the last 8-9 years now, and. So I think she's still coming to some of her dreams. And as she's deciding and figuring it out, it just turned out I kept writing more music. And the record company was like, oh, my gosh, you can sing. And I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to the next single and whatever's next in your career.
Oh, thank you very much. And thank you for letting me talk about Goodwill. This is something I've discovered. And, when you discover something, you want to just tell everybody. And I encourage you, if you're listening right now, it's like Volkswagens. If you own one, you see them everywhere. It's the same thing. If you've heard about Goodwill and now you're looking around and you see it, go into a store, go see what's there, and understand that what you're doing has a ripple effect that leaves that store for days and weeks and years.
Absolutely. And for more information on Goodwill, you can go to www.goodwill.org.
Hey, Kristian, man, I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule and your life to, bring awareness to this and support it. It's real admirable, man, because it's a lot easier to just kick back and enjoy success and not worry about anybody else. Appreciate you what you're doing.
Oh, thank you for giving me at least a voice and pass it on. Talk about it whenever you need to.
Sure will.
Thanks, man. Have a good day.
Thanks, y'all.
That's Kristian Bush for Goodwill. Give it away.